That's when I realized I didn't get the baby at the car. I forgot.
I mean, I was just a mom a couple hours ago, a couple minutes ago, and now I'm having to proceed a life without a kid.
It's been almost 2 years exactly since baby Ariya Paige died at a Florida hospital. Her babysitter, now 47-year-old Rhonda Jewell, had left her strapped into a car seat inside an SUV as the hot temperatures soared. And newly released Bodycam video shows the moments that 10-month-old Ariya's family learned the worst news of their lives. We are taking a closer look at the investigation, Jewell's trial, and a stunning twist. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hey everybody, this is another Law&Crime legal alert. Did you know that children are being diagnosed with serious conditions like type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and the research is potentially linking ultra-processed foods to all this? Yeah, well, Morgan & Morgan, they're stepping in to fight to hold these food companies accountable. With decades of experience fighting large corporations, they are ready to stand up for the families who deserve justice. So if your child under 21 has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease, then visit www.forthepeople.com/food or scan the QR code on screen to learn more. We're in the middle of the summer, okay? And as the heat sizzles all across the United States, we unfortunately are reminded of tragedies, the tragic incidents where children are left behind in vehicles that heat up well over 100 degrees inside. It happens way too often, it shouldn't, and there's no excuse. And today, I want to talk about a recent conviction that is grabbing headlines again, as the woman convicted of murder for leaving a baby in a hot car is appealing the verdict. July of 2023, Rhonda Jewell was working a few days a week as a babysitter or nanny, keeping watch over a number of different children for several hours each day. Now, Jewell, a mother herself, told a Baker County, Florida court that she not only worked as a child caregiver for decades, but also raised her own 3 children. But her world, and the worlds of many others, came crashing down on July 19th, 2023. Now, before we dive into police body cam footage from the scene that day, I do want to give you a little bit of background about what we're talking about. Now, Jewell had been hired by Stacey Paschal to watch her young daughter and twin boys at the family home several days a week. Now, when Brooke Paige, a new mom who was heading back to work after maternity leave, asked if her baby could join the cohort, Jewell happily agreed. Ariya was the granddaughter of Jewell's best friend. This is according to court paperwork. On July 19th, as Jewell would later testify at trial, she was in a rush to get to the Paschal house because Stacey needed to leave early. She picked up Ariya from the Paige home, drove to Burger King to grab some breakfast. She says the line at the drive-thru was way too long, so she headed straight to the home in McClenny. This is a city in North Florida outside of Jacksonville. But when she pulled into the driveway and parked, she got out and went inside, leaving 10-month-old Ariya in her car seat with her baby bag tucked on the floor underneath her feet. Local media outlets report that the temperature that day soared into the high 90s, possibly topping 100 degrees. And it wouldn't be until hours later that Jewell realized what had happened when Brooke came to pick Ariya up. Deputies' body cameras, they were rolling when they responded to the scene. And paramedics were trying to help this little girl inside the garage, and her mother, Brooke, was hysterical outside.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. No, I can't do this. I just want to hit somebody so hard right now. I can't do this. I can't do this. I swear to God, if she dies, I can't do this. I can't do this. She's only 2 months old. She's in the garage.
Multiple paramedics worked on Ariya's tiny body, trying to revive her. And they mentioned multiple times on the body cam footage how hot her skin was, saying it was like she was on fire. They rushed her to a nearby hospital where Brooke and her mother-in-law, they waited frantically for news. And that is when a doctor delivered the heart-wrenching update.
I just want to know something.
If they're right.
Oh,
Y'all want to go in and talk to the doctor?
I don't know. I just want to know information. I don't.
That's the doctor's
going to talk to you. Okay.
You want your mother-in-law to go with you?
Yeah.
doctor when it's coming in.
Bring it
I
to
had
the
to go
doctor.
in. Huh?
The doctor. She can talk to the doctor.
Okay,
Talk to
I'll bring
the
him out
doctor.
there.
Hang right here and the doctor will come talk with you.
There, 3 SO units going to 97 at the residence.
Oh, Lord,
Mom, grandmother.
I don't know what to do, but I want to be.
This has to be one of the worst things you can imagine. Back at the home, investigators take temperature measurements inside and outside of the SUV, and I will tell you right now, the readings are stunning.
That was 134 interior.
That's the door being open.
With the door being open, so you know it was probably 150 or 60 in there when it happened. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jewell was booked into the Baker County Jail, and she was charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child and eventually went to trial on 3 counts: negligent aggravated manslaughter of a child, third-degree murder, and neglect of a child by leaving them unattended in a motor vehicle causing bodily harm. And she was released on bond until her trial in November of 2024. Now, during that trial, we learned what Ariya was like from her mom, Brooke.
Ariya, being 10 months old, can you just describe what she was like, what she was capable of doing at that age?
I'm so sorry. She was a very bubbly little girl. She would laugh. She was never a bad baby. She was constantly so happy, but she would stare through you like no other person. She didn't care who you were. Even me, she'd look at me and make me laugh at those little goofy looks. At that point, she was saying Dada. She was just getting to the point where she was able to pull up on stuff, like she was about to start walking. She was just so giggly and happy, so bubbly, such an outgoing baby. You would just have to see her and you would just fall in love.
Prosecutors, they asked Brooke some background questions and to confirm details about getting Ariya ready for the day and Jewell picking her up. And then they got to the awful day in question.
When you arrived on July 19th to pick up Ariya, where did you go?
To the front door.
To the front door. Had you ever gone to the back door?
No.
Have you ever gone to the garage door?
No.
So that was normal for you.
Yes.
What did you do when you first got to the front door?
Knocked on the door.
Did anyone answer when you knocked on the door?
No.
After you knocked on the door, what did you do next?
Rang the doorbell.
Did anyone come to the door when you rang the doorbell?
No.
Could you hear anything inside the house?
Yes.
What could you hear?
The TV and the kids in the house?
So you could hear that something was inside the house.
Yes.
After knocking on the door and ringing the doorbell and there's no answer, what do you do next?
Picked up the phone and called her.
So you called the defendant.
Yes.
What did you say when you called her?
I said, hey, I'm here.
And what did the defendant say to you?
What door are you at?
And what were you thinking when she said, what door are you at?
I was wondering why she was asking me that. I've never went to any other doors.
Okay. What did you tell her?
I said, front door.
What happened next when you told her you were at the front door?
She then came to the door and opened it.
When she opened the door, what did you do?
I stepped inside.
And what did you do as soon as you got inside?
What did I do?
Yeah, what did you do?
I took my shoes off.
Okay, and what was the purpose of that?
I was just always raised to take your shoes off in somebody else's house.
Okay. What does the defendant do as soon as you walk in and you take your shoes off?
She kind of shoved me out the way and like just started running out the door,
Was she saying anything as she was running out the door?
screaming my name.
Do you know where she was running to?
Not until she arrived where she was running to,
And where did she eventually arrive?
the back passenger door of her Tahoe.
Would that be her vehicle?
Yes,
Where was her vehicle parked?
on the side of the driveway in the rocks.
So it was outside?
Yes.
Wasn't in the garage or anything like that?
No.
Did you follow her to her car?
And when I realized where she was going, yes.
When you arrived at the defendant's car, what did you see?
Ariya, not breathing,
Where was Ariya?
in her car seat still.
Was she still strapped in?
Yes.
Exactly where you had put her?
Yes.
You said she was not breathing.
No.
How did you know that?
Her lips were blue.
What did you do next?
I told her to call 911.
And was Ariya taken out of the car?
Yes.
Was her baby bag with all the items you had packed still in the car as well?
Yes.
Prosecutors also asked Brooke about learning that Ariya had died at the hospital.
Did you then hear from the doctor
Yes.
and were informed that Ariya had passed?
Yes.
How'd you feel at that moment?
I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what to feel. Don't even know how to explain it.
What did you do next?
I sat outside and talked to the family and asked them, what do we do next? I mean, I was just a mom a couple hours ago, a couple minutes ago, and now I'm having to proceed a life without a kid.
Ms. Paige, on July 19th of 2023, you left Ariya in the care of the defendant,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
And you gave her a baby bag.
Yes.
During the 5 hours, maybe a little over 5 hours, are you aware during that time, did the defendant ever feed Ariya?
No, I think I'm understanding your question.
Did she ever feed Ariya during those 5 hours that you gave her
No.
to her?
No.
Did she ever change her diaper during that time?
No.
Ever change her outfit?
No.
Make her baby bottles or formula?
No.
Do you remember the defendant saying anything to you during this time when you were there and you realized Ariya was in the vehicle? What did she say?
I just remember her keep screaming my name. But that's all I really remember.
During the trial, an investigator named Sergeant Brad Doherty talked about his conversations with Rhonda Jewell after Ariya was found in that horrible condition.
What did she say happened?
She said that when she got there, that Ariya was sleeping because she wasn't making any noises, or she assumed she was sleeping because she wasn't making any noises. So she went on into the house, met with Stacy Pascal, spoke with her briefly, and then sat down on the couch and started her day with the other 3 children.
Did she indicate to you that she had forgotten the child?
She did.
Sergeant Doherty's interview with Jewell was also played for the jury.
And the questions that will come up is, is anything on your mind? Are you going through something personally that would cause you not to, think about it?
I mean, we have a kid moving to college, so we're doing that, and
Right.
we're London, and we're supposed to go on vacation tomorrow. And I mean, that's not an excuse to me.
I'm not asking you to make excuses. That's not what I mean. And I mean, the question is, it is possible to forget things, and even a child. And it's even more possible if you've got some type of stress in your life at the time that you're going through, that kind of thing, that would cause you to make that forgetfulness. So I didn't know if there was something like that going on in your life right now.
Just moving our kid to college, and this trip coming up in England, and we're supposed to leave it August the 2nd, and all of that. So, but
okay, no drugs or alcohol. Okay. All right. Well, let your husband come back in here. We're currently talking to the sheriff in the state. We're going to figure out where we go from here. Okay.
Now, Jewell took the stand in her own defense. Her lawyer started off the questioning by having Jewell talk about the work she does with children, how she would never intentionally hurt a child.
Ariya was Brooke and Jess's daughter.
Can you describe for the jury what kind of relationship you had with Ariya, Rhonda?
I loved her like she was my own. I was there for baby showers, weddings, of Brooke and Justice. I gravitated to her just like I would any baby.
And during the course of the dinners and vacations and things that you've described that you did with this family, would you spend time with Ariya during those events as well?
Absolutely.
Now, Jewell explained what happened when she pulled up to that home and parked.
What happened when you got to Stacy's?
I got there and I grabbed my water bottle, my cup, and I had my lunch in the little tray right there where the cup holder is, and I grabbed it. My phone was right there as well, and I grabbed it, got out of the car to get to the inside before 8:15 so she could leave. She didn't want to leave while the kids were, she didn't want them up. She wanted them asleep so she could get out and she wouldn't be late. And that's what I was thinking, is get there and get there on time before they got up.
When you got out of the car, Rhonda, did you get Ariya out of the car?
No, ma'am, I forgot I had her.
When you went inside, did you talk to Stacy?
For a brief minute.
As Jewell's recollections reached the moment that she realized something had gone horribly wrong, she got emotional.
Whenever Brooke Paige called you, can you describe for us what happened?
She said, "Hey," and I said, "Hey," and she said, she said, "I'm here," and I said, "Here?" I said, "Where are you at?" And she said, "I'm at the door," and I said, "Oh," and
did you go to the door at that time?
I did, but I didn't know why she was there, so I was like, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm here," and so I asked her where she was at. She said, "I'm at the door."
Did you go to the front door?
I did.
What happened when you opened the front door?
She opened up the door, and I seen her, and I was still in shock while she was there. And so she had money in her hand and her keys. And that's when I realized I didn't get the baby in the car. I forgot the baby in the car. And so I pushed her out the way. And I was screaming, "Oh my God, Brooke, oh my God, oh my God, Brooke." And I could hear her saying, what? And I ran to the car. And I opened up the door, and she was still there. Ariya was still in the back seat.
What happened after you opened the door, Rhonda?
I opened up the back door, and she was left. I
accidentally left her in the car. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Brooke, oh my God, Brooke. And she said, call 911. And so I ran back inside. I couldn't find my phone. And when I found it, I have a code to get in. And I couldn't remember my code to get in my phone.
At that point, after you had found your phone and you're trying to get into it, have you come back outside to the car?
Ma'am.
At that point, after you had found your phone, but you couldn't remember the code to use it, did you come back out to the car?
I did.
Was Brooke on the phone at that time?
I think she was, yes, ma'am.
What did you do at that point?
I got the baby out of the car seat.
What did you do with Ariya after you got her out of the car seat?
I held her, and I prayed God would take me instead. I begged God to give her breath and just take me instead of her.
At some point, did you take Ariya inside the garage?
I did.
What did you do at that point?
Brooke came in, and I think she was on the phone with Miss Paige, or I don't know who she was on the phone with. But she had told me to go to the road and wait for 911 to get there so they know where to go.
And did you do that?
I did.
I'm assuming that the EMTs and firefighters, they came?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened after they arrived?
I remember coming out of the garage, and I went to the front porch, and Brooke went somewhere. I don't remember where she went, but I just know we weren't together.
I'm sorry, you weren't
We weren't together.
Did you go back inside Stacy's home at that point?
I remembered that they were supposed to be eating lunch, and I went to go check and see if the stove was still on. I couldn't remember if I turned it off or what. And I just asked Maddie, the oldest daughter, I said, please keep them in here. Please keep them in here. Don't let them come outside.
Rhonda Jewell actually testified that she urinated on herself as she ran to the SUV and vomited after she saw Ariya. When it came time for cross-examination, the prosecutor really pushed Jewell to realize exactly what she had done.
You're testifying today that you forgot Ariya was in the car by the time you got to the intersection of where Burger King is and also at Stacy's house, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it would be fair to say that at that moment you have failed in your duties as a caregiver, correct?
I did not hear her. She didn't make a sound, so I didn't know I forgot she was in the car. I didn't hear her.
Ms. Jewell, that isn't my question.
Okay,
my
I'm
question
sorry.
is, would you agree, isn't it true? You're saying you forgot she was in the car. You failed as a nanny, as a babysitter, as a caregiver. You're saying you forgot about the baby.
Yes, sir.
So you failed in your duties, correct?
Yes, sir.
It only took the jury about an hour to return with a verdict.
State of Florida versus Rhonda Jewell, case number 02-2023 CF333. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count one of the information, the defendant is not guilty. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count two of the information, the defendant is guilty of third-degree felony murder as charged in the information. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count three of the information, The defendant is guilty of leaving a child unattended or unsupervised in a motor vehicle causing great bodily injury as charged in the information. So say we, this 8th day of November, 2024.
So, Rhonda Jewell was found guilty on 2 of the 3 charges, third-degree felony murder and leaving a child unattended in a motor vehicle causing great bodily injury. And at sentencing, there were several emotional victim impact statements that were read, both Ariya's mother and father.
We had so much trust in Rhonda and believed in our daughter would be in the best of care with her. For her to be so close to our family and have shown no remorse for what she did to us is so careless and agonizing. She has no remorse for what she did. She's going to Gator games all the time, enjoying herself, to go watch her daughter pursue her dreams, when I don't even have the chance to do that because she took my daughter away from me. Rhonda Jewell took the greatest human being away from me, but not only did she take my daughter away from me, she took a piece of me away on July 19th also. Ariya could light up any room. She was generally such an easygoing baby. She was such a ball to be around. Now, I'm not just saying that because I'm her mom, even though she is perfect, just ask anybody. She made life beyond enjoyable. She would stare through you like no other person if she could figure out who you were, or if she just wanted to put on her Wednesday Addams face. Her giggle would turn everybody's head so fast and everybody would just stare at her and just admire how beautiful she was. She would 100% fool you when she didn't get her way, and she'd poke out her bottom lip and fake cry. Just ask her dad about that one. She was minding just his first kid, and boy did we not know what we were doing at first, but eventually we got the hang of it, and man were we champs at it. I could go on and on for days just how much she lightened up our... I can go on and on for days on just how much she lightened up our days and our lives, but I'm sure you get it by now. I'm sure most of you are either moms, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, etc. Therefore, I'm sure most of y'all just know how much that light and love that first baby can shine on your life, and how much joy they bring into your heart. I don't have to keep sitting here and telling you how much she meant to us. I'm sure you get it. But I will tell you, there's no day that goes by I don't miss hearing that giggle and getting all her kisses on those juicy lips, or even rocking her to sleep. Our lives change so much in a matter of seconds. How did we go from being parents every day for 10 months to our lives revolving around her, to nobody, to no one?
Ariya brought so much joy to my life as a new dad. She made being a dad so easy. Her laughing giggles would carry my attention every time. Would catch my attention every time, but hearing those words, Dad, would put the biggest smile on my face. After a long day at work, I knew I would be coming home to a happy little girl that was just as excited to see me as I was excited to see her. Ariya knew she had me wrapped around her finger since the day she was born, and it shows by the brand new bow I bought for her. Even though she didn't know I bought it just for her, she always had a big smile, and she was always giggling while she was riding on the boat. I'll never be able to walk around down the aisle, buy her first car, or take her to school for the first time. And watch her follow me around New York while I mow and wash cars. She was almost at the point where she was going to take her first steps, but I'll never get to see or do any of these things with her because they were all robbed from us by one careless person, Rhonda Jewell. To even think Rhonda could be so careless and leave my daughter in a hot car for 5 hours is so heart-wrenching.
And Rhonda Jewell also spoke, weeping, as she told Ariya's family how sorry she was.
I know there's nothing I can say or do that will ever heal your broken hearts. You will never know how truly sorry I am. I was the go-to person to take care of your child, to make sure she was happy, to make sure she was covered on McDonald's when she went home. And I'll let you down. You trusted me and I failed to hold up my duties for the day, and I'm truly sorry.
Now, the judge sentenced Rhonda Jewell to 15 years on the murder charge and 2 years for child neglect, sentences that she'll serve consecutively, so 17 years in total. According to News4Jax, Jewell could be eligible for parole in 14 years. Brooke Paige, Ariya's mom, spoke with media outside the courthouse.
We now feel like an elephant has been off of our shoulders and we feel relieved, like there's not something holding us down. Just feel better that she's not roaming the streets and behind bars where she belongs.
Now here's where everything changes. In a stunning twist, Jewell was released from jail in February of 2025. She was granted a $100,000 bond while her case is being appealed. And her legal team is arguing that Jewell didn't intentionally leave Ariya in the car, and while her actions may have been negligent, they weren't malicious. So that appeal is ongoing right now. I'll also tell you there's a change.org petition underway calling for her bond to be revoked and for her to remain behind bars. The Paige family has also filed a lawsuit against Rhonda Jewell in connection with Ariya's death. So these are updates that we'll make sure to keep an eye on and see what happens next. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.